Hi.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to Water Riff Radio, where we dive deep into the currents of health, water, and consciousness. Water, the most basic element of life. The first thing our body reaches for, the first sign of life on any planet we search. And yet, around the world, and even here at home, clean, safe water is becoming harder and harder to find. Jackson, Mississippi, Maui, Gaza, Cape Town. Different places, same story. Water once trusted, now toxic. I'm Amanda White, and this is the beautiful.
Jill Marie, happy Wednesday.
We are here to explore not just what's visible in health and water, but the hidden layers that affect our body, our energy, and our future. And in this episode of Water Riff Radio, the Great Wake Up. What crises mean for your body and your planet. We're diving into global water crisis, what's really happening, how it's affecting human health, and what it reveals about our connection to water within us and around us. These crises aren't isolated. They're mirrors, reflecting back how we've chosen to live. So, what's really happening in our world? Take it away, Miss Jill.
Well, let's start with what's actually happening. Let's look at Flint, Michigan, where the aging pipes leached lead into drinking water for years. The officials denied it, downplayed it, and even falsified reports while children were being poisoned. Lead exposure damages the nervous system, lowers IQ, and causes irreversible brain harm, especially in kids. And there was a movie based on this incident. It's called Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo. And it was a lawsuit with DuPont. DuPont was actually dumping, and part of this, they were part of the cover-up. So it's a very, very good movie based on the situation. If you haven't seen it, it's a good watch. Then let's go to Jackson, Mississippi. Decades of neglect left the city's infrastructure crumbling. Pumps broke, pipes burst, and entire communities were left without running water for weeks at a time. Can you imagine? Can you freaking imagine that? Forced to rely on bottled water. That's not really even safer. Then you have Maui. Remember, not too long ago, the fires and runoff have contaminated the groundwater with heavy metals, chemical, ash, and a reminder of how environmental crises ripple into water systems long after the flames are out. Then you look at Gaza. Bombings and blockades have destroyed water facilities. People are bathing and cooking with contaminated seawater. Waterborne diseases are spreading. Dehydration is rampant, and aid trucks can't even get through. Water is such a commodity these days. We don't think about it until these crises happen. Then you have like Cape Town. They call it day zero. The day the taps would literally stop running. Climate change, drought, and overuse brought a modern city to the brink of collapse. And these were just the headlines that we hear about. Do we know all the details behind it? Probably not. Probably not. There are hundreds of smaller Flint situations happening across the US, rural communities where wells are contaminated with nitrates, pesticides, and forever chemicals like PFAS, PFAS. If you want to go local, my locally around me in Missouri, we have a couple of little river towns that the wells are so loaded with PFAS, forever chemicals, forever for a reason, and they don't have a solution to eliminate the PFAS, the runoff, the glyphosate, chemical-based pesticides and herbicides that are going into the wells, making their way into the wells. And there's so many other communities that don't make the news, that we don't hear about, that are having problems with contamination, corruption, and neglect. We've treated water as a commodity instead of a living necessity, and we privatize what should have been protected. Now I'm finding out that our water systems and facilities are being bought up by a monopoly, a conglomerate, a corrupt individual. And to actually think about that just drives me crazy, because it's one thing to have your water system polluted, water systems, well, municipal, wherever you live. But the other thing is, you still have choice in this. You still can control the water coming into your home. And that's why we're so passionate. That's why we're here. Because even when the world is shutting down with contamination, corruption, and neglect, you still get choice about the water coming into your house. The water you drink, the water you cook in, and the water that you bathe in. Oof. So what does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean for our health, right? Think about it. Think about everything Jill just said. And we don't even hear about half of the things actually going on in the world. You actually have to dig and do a little research on that. But I mean, I'm sure there's water things happening 20 times each day that we don't even hear about. And these are just the big ones. So what's the real cost? What's the real cost of this? How does the global water crisis touch us, even if we're not living in Flint or Gaza or Maui? Well, let's start with chemistry, shall we? Contaminants like lead, arsenic, chlorine, byproducts, PFAs that Jill and I are always talking about are neurotoxic, carcinogen, carcinogenic, bear with me on these, and endocrine disrupting, right? They alter our chemistry of the body, of the brain, hormones, imbalance, immune function. That all plays a part in toxic water, right? Lead, it affects our cognitive development. We did a whole class around what these contaminants actually cause, right? Cognitive development, PFAS, the forever chemicals that we keep talking about, accumulate in our body, in our blood, in our liver, in your breast milk if you're feeding. Like, take all of this into consideration. And again, we're not here to scare you. We are here to inform you and to educate you on, hey, this is really out there in the world. Now it's your choice on what you do with it, right? Arsenic. When I was in Arizona, the arsenic level of our water out there was 1,400 times the legal limit that should have been in the water. But we're safe. No, now it's my job to do everything I can to make sure that doesn't enter my home. So arsenic exposure has been linked to skin lesions, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, which seems to be the topic I've been hearing about lately, cancer. No matter where I turn or who I talk to, someone has some form of cancer. So chlorine, again, is another byproduct, like I know I can pronounce it on it. Thank you. From when chlorine reacts to organic matter. And those are tied back to your bladder, colon cancers. And again, if you go to EWG, figure out what's in your water. It tells you everything that's in there and what it could potentially cause. So even your so-called clean water often carries microplastics, tiny little fragments now found in almost everything. In the human body, blood, lungs, placebo, I'm getting all excited here. Hold on, let me slow down. The placenta is what tissues. It's everywhere. It's in our clothes. It's everywhere. So every sip, every shower, every breath, it all stems. Every sip, every shower, every breath of steam connects back to the health of yourself, of your water. And if your water's sick, so are you.
Mhm.
And we're not taught anything about this growing up, which is so funny, but it wasn't so bad 25, 30 years ago. But with each year, it gets worse and worse. Chronic exposure doesn't just show up overnight. It builds quietly. Fatigue, brain fog, thyroid issues, fertility challenges, autoimmune flares. Things that pop up on you that weren't there a few years ago. The body becomes burdened by all of this, and it can't filter things out as it should be able to because of all the new stuff that's coming out because of what we're doing. And what's even worse, many people don't even realize it's happening. And because clear water doesn't mean pure water, so all I say, if something starts within you, figure out the water. Because most 8 out of 10 times, that'll clear it up. Clean, pure water. And studies show, well, the words are not my friend today. Studies show increased rates, like I just said, of cancer, autoimmune disease, developmental orders in regions with poor water quality. Do a little research if that's something you want to do. Figure out where the most diseases live and what their water quality is. Because that's where chemistry meets biology. And this is what it's going to reveal about us. Dun, dun, dun.
Absolutely. And you know, some places are, when you look them up on EWG, I've talked to a few clients that have said, well, mine's not that bad out here. Like, you know, our municipality is really taking care of things. And that's all good and well, but it really reveals a lot about us. If we're, you know, the water doesn't lie. It really reveals how we treat life itself. Our body is made of, depending on the organs and everything put together, it's made of water, primarily water and light. And spiritually, water represents flow, emotion, intuition, and consciousness. It's in every cell, every heartbeat, every tear. And wrap your head around this. Just recently, I learned that why I didn't know this, I don't know. Your blood is made up of 80% water. 80% water. The words that we speak can impact our own blood cells. And I know people are like, if you know, you know. If you don't, surprise. This is why we keep talking about when you have symptoms, any sort of symptom, if you have something going on with you, look at your water first. Look at your water first. It's the easiest to change. It's the least expensive to change. And it has the most impact over everything else that you're going to change. It's kind of like the main domino, right? It gets everything going. If you can imagine that. Oh my gosh. So even though we know that, like, collectively, we've polluted, dammed, and controlled everything, mirroring how we've done the same to our own inner flow. I mean, how many times are we interrupting our own systems with, and this is no shame, no guilt. This is not the intention here, with medication, with supplements that aren't even pure supplements, food, other things. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say real quick, I don't want to interrupt you, but not medications, supplements. Some supplements do more harm than good. So make sure your supplements are coming from a pure, higher source versus the grocery store. I'm just going to throw that out there because lately it's like, oh, I'm on all these supplements. And it's like, why don't we forget all the supplements real quick and go back to your natural state and really choose the highest, purest form of what you truly need, not just going to grab something off the shelf because it's convenient. because I rest assure you, I went down some rabbit holes with supplements and not all of them are good.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized you think you're doing yourself good by taking the supplements, but in all actuality, you're actually doing more harm.
Mm-hmm.
So I throw that out there with all the love.
Oh, with lots of love. Yeah, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother class. But
Yep.
and the more toxins that we have in our supplements, in our, just so say, our beverages, coffee, what have you, beer has a high content of microplastics, because understand that, just think about this. When this stuff is made, it's not made with filtered water. None of it's made with filtered water. It's made with tap water of wherever it is being made. Um, but all these toxins, it's not just an environmental issue, it's an energetic one. And if anybody's been to my animal website, this is not just for us, it's our animals. Like, if you have an animal and you're looking at the vet industry, every time you go to the vet, like, it mirrors our Western medicine. Everything mirrors. Like, we have the highest cancer rate in animals ever. We have the
Along
highest
with
rate.
people. Sorry.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sorry.
No, scream it out, shout it, say it loud, sister. But even with, I have never seen so many ads and so many supplements and things for animals with itchy skin, licking their paws, um, scabby skin. Like, I've never seen so much about that. When you go into it, even with people, oh, it's a gut issue. It's a gut issue. Well, if it's a gut issue, we really need to rethink what's going in there and all of that. My point is, we have to start looking at ourselves and our priorities of what's important. Um, we cannot rely on someone to tell us what is right for us, even us. Let us give you information that this is how, and I'm sure Amanda would agree with me wholeheartedly, like, everything that we have learned, that we have put into action, it's not been, oh, we listened to this person and that's how it is. No, 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 no. Because that's not true for everyone. Everyone is different. Everyone is individual. And even with your genetics, of how things interact with your genetics, but you have to grow. Hang on. We're in energy. When you're looking at, just say, an autoimmune, I'm not going to say disease, disorder, imbalance, skin issues, gut issues. If you truly look at that, every symptom has a physical side and an energetic side. And if you're not addressing both of those, they're not truly harmonized, put it that way. It's not truly harmonized. You can get rid of a physical symptom, but you still have the underlying energetics of it coming back. Beliefs, trauma, negative emotions. Would you agree with that? So when we're looking at water, like, even the water that we're drinking or we're exposed to, like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And that is the most underlying part of becoming better, harmonizing our health with the environment, is clean water. It's clean water. I just had to go there.
Yeah, I love that you went there.
The state of our water is literally the state of humanity. And, if we're focusing on the little things, the things that we can't change, we need to look at the things that we can change, that we do have choice with, and start there. The foundation. Go ahead. Let's talk about the ripple, baby, the ripple.
Yes. So what can you actually do about this, right? It all starts with awareness.
Call us. No.
It's so funny. I was really going to go there. Tune in to us every week. We talk about a different topic. And if you have a topic that you are truly interested in, but you don't have the time or you don't want to go down these, send it to us. We'll gladly go down that hole and enlighten you, right? That's what we enjoy doing, because we understand everything starts with water. And that is from our awareness on, we all have different reasons why we start something different, or reasons why we do what we do. And water was a huge one for Jill and I, because it's like, we are over 70-ish% water. There's no accurate number there, but it's at least over 70. I think it was 72% water in our bodies. But that doesn't talk about how much water our brain needs, how much our blood needs. Just like Jill said, 83% of your blood is water. And without water, you will not be alive.
And you realize that's how we met, is water?
Yeah, yes. Jill and I met because of water. And it was the greatest moment of my life, like, because we're still doing it, right? Water brings so many people together. Know what's in your water. A long answer. Know what's in your water. Absolutely. If you don't want to go to EWG and look, message Jill and I. We can all hop on a call together and look together and really chit chat about that, right? That's what we're here to do. You might be shocked about what's in your water, or maybe stuff you never even considered in your water. A lot of people we talk to don't even realize pharmaceuticals are actually in your water.
I didn't know.
Everything people put in their body and
eliminate.
Thank you. I was like, how do I say that in a better way? And eliminate, it goes in your water source.
So and look how many people are detoxing, not to interrupt you. Like, yep. Do you that's pretty nasty. Hospitals, wellness centers. Woof, go ahead.
It all goes to the water.
Yeah.
You know what's in your water first, because you can't do anything until you actually know. Yeah. I mean, you can look at filters all day long, but I can tell you a softener is not a filter, but a lot of people think it is. Oh, I got a softener. Okay, cool. What's filtering? What? Next, filter intelligently. Know what it is you're filtering, because not all filters are created equal. And we'll say that in every single one of these. Many systems only remove sediment and chlorine. That's it from what we've seen. That's it. But they give you the whole big, oh my God, this is a filter.
Well, and it's price point too. It's affordable. It's inexpensive, excuse me.
And you think you're filtering out the complex chemical cocktails that we face in the world today. And that's not necessarily true. It's funny. I went to get a change of pre-filters that I was using at one point. And then I really started looking at what it actually filtered. And I'm like, what the fuck? Pardon my language, but I'm like, shit.
Yep.
I'm like, wake up call for me. I'm like, I didn't even look at that. I trusted X, Y, and Z. And then I started researching and looking, and I'm like, fuck, these only do chlorine and sediment. Shit balls.
Yeah.
So, and then we did the next step, right? And again, we have those technologies. We know some of the top technologies out there. We have went down so many different rabbit holes. That's where these come in. Our home filtration, is the top of the top. One of the top. And if you have a filtration system you're looking at, let us see it. We'll tell you the pros and the cons of it. We have no shame in that, because we're always learning too.
Let us be the third one you come to. Let us always be last, please. We would love that.
Yeah. And if you want side-by-side comparisons, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll gladly break them down.
I know. It's just like, there's so much passion for this.
We do. But we want restored, structured vitality. right? We want to return frequency of water that's helping us and healing us. And we can't do that if it's contaminated. Structured, charged, living, purified, clean, filtered water. Glass bottles, stainless steel, get away from the plastics. That is another huge thing. And that's a quick, not necessarily a quick, I'm sorry, that's a shift anyone can make. You know, at one point I tried switching everything all at once and that failed epically. One thing.
It's overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming. So I made a list of the priorities. Getting away from plastic was my number one. Because at the time I didn't know enough. So I'm like, let's just get away all the plastics, got all glass stuff and the stainless steel water bottle. And then you just move on. Next, next, next. Flowing water that's filtered, re-energized, blessed with intention, because that also makes a huge difference. And then you become an advocate for your health, for you, for your body, for your family, for your pets, for your children. Clean water, reduce plastic waste, educate others, invite them here. Every time you speak up, every time you choose differently, you ripple out to the world. Every home that chooses conscious water becomes a part of the healing ripple. We have something that captures and kills, so the contaminants don't actually go back out. You kill it.
That's huge. Oof,
that is huge. And if you can show me another system, because I don't think we've come across one that actually captures and kills versus pushes it back out dirty.
No, that's the beauty of the technology, is being in front of the emerging contaminants, not like, okay, now what? Okay, now how do we fix this?
And when Jill says new technology and old technology, when she says old technology, it's referring to, I guess, really your ROs. That is old technology. The reason that is so mainstream is because back then, it's the only thing that could kill, or I'm sorry, not kill, filter everything out. But then it synthetically adds things back in, which is not good for you. RO was never meant to actually be drunk.
It
It was just,
separates everything, but it doesn't kill it. So it's going right back out into the wastewater, which,
and now there's,
that's okay.
now there's new technology to where, guess what? It does almost exactly what RO does at the start, but it doesn't rip the minerals out that you need. It leaves them in. And then now we're capturing and killing it all. We're not sending it back out. And we would love to have a conversation with you around that. If that's something you could challenge us 100%, we're always up for debates. But it's like, let us show you the facts. Let us show you the proof. Let us show you the way. You want to take it away, Miss Jill, and close this on out?
I love that. And what I love more than anything is when you're looking at these older technologies and newer technologies, it's difficult in even knowing what you're looking for. That's why we're here to help. That's why I say take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It is overwhelming. And especially if it's not something you really want to think about or learn about, trust me, I have a few areas that I just really don't care to learn about it. I just want someone to come in and fix it for me. But yeah, just reach out, because when you're, regardless of where you live, there has probably been some sort of water issue going on, whether it's a boil alert of something, a reason, a root cause that you don't even know about, or something that you're not aware of. Yet we keep drinking and bathing in it because we don't know. But when we look at Flint or Gaza or Cape Town, it's easy to think that could never be me. That could never be where I live. But in truth, it already is. It could be forever plastics. It could be arsenic, like it was with Amanda. it was extremely high where she lives. It's lead in some other areas. It's something else and that's the beauty of even having a consult with us is we'll go to your area and your municipality. We'll show you how to do it. It's not about us doing it. It's about empowering you all to learn the things, to take the action and feel protected. Like you have the cleanest water, you have the purest water, you have filtration that actually can accommodate up and coming emerging contaminants. Not only accommodate, knowing that every upgrade the company comes across, when you change your cartridges, you are getting the latest and greatest up to date. Like we're on top of things completely.
Down the trumpet. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
I love that. It's like, but every drop that we drink is connected. There's no separation. It's only flow, like I said, energetically and physically. And these crises remind us that the future of water isn't about scarcity. It's about sovereignty. It's about having choice. And when we're going into this, man, everybody wants to be able to make their own choice. I don't know anybody that's like, whatever you say, I'll do it. It just doesn't work that way. So it's about sovereignty. Reclaiming our sovereignty begins with awareness, intention, and action. That's all. If today's episode stirs anything in you, please share it. Be the ripple. Share it to somebody that's even thinking about it, talking about it. And if you're ready to reclaim clean living water for your home, reach out to us and learn how to do it. Reach out to a couple places. Let us be the third. Please let us be the third. We want you to shop around. We want you to get the full experience. Have the fun with it. Learn, because this is a lifetime that you're impacting. You're impacting your life, your kid's life, and your animal's life. So,
and if we all had something that captures and kills every single one of us, could you imagine the ripple out to the world? I mean, let's just stop thinking about us for a second. What about our planet? Like, that's a huge one with me. You know, I was going to go into a tangent, but
go on, sister, go on.
Let's help our planet. I stopped myself, or I would already be in it. Help the planet. Because let me tell you, if you have kids and you want their kids to see a good world, we have to start doing something. Yeah. Because it's just getting worse and worse out there, if you haven't noticed. So it starts in your home and then ripples out to others. And then maybe in 10 years, we'll all have this and capturing and killing everything in the water to clean our water up, to clean our earth up, to clean our home up. It's time.
It is time. It is time.
It is time.
So remember, water remembers everything, every word, every wound, every act of restoration shows the universe. Remember, the universe gives you more of what you're wanting, what you're desiring.
What you're focused on.
Yeah. Let's make sure it remembers healing and health. So until next week, we will see you then.
Stay hydrated.